Hello everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back here in my craft room and on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. I am wanting to welcome everybody in. Come on, grab you a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever. It's kind of chilly here in the south this morning, so it kind of put me in the mood for doing something a little Christmassy, or I might say wintry. The items that I planned on using, and let me tell you what happened. I've got all this spread out here because I was going to do a prototype and see what I could come up with, and I thought I'm just going to bring y'all on for the ride. So strap yourself in and here we go. I'm going to be using the Christmas Classic dies, and this is the piece that I want to use right here. The Very Cute stamp set, and this comes with a punch that punches out the big bear on all fours. It's a really cute stamp set. I'm using the Snowflake Sky embossing folder, and I'm using this beautiful Beary Christmas oh, and I dropped my piece that I cut out. This Beary Christmas, and this paper is so cute. If you notice, I have a piece missing right here, and that's this piece right here, because I'm going to fussy cut this bear to use on our card. Look at the footprints, the little bear prints in the snow around all the packages. This piece right here is adorable. I could see this on a slimline card. Here's another piece that would be perfect for a background or strips or whatever. So cute. Love this. You could take and cut a piece off of this and put a sentiment on it, throw it on a white card base, and call it a day. This would make a beautiful background. Love, love, love this one. I think it's so pretty. It's so Christmassy with all of the animals. We also get that, it looks like to me a sweater pattern or an aspen type pattern. I love that. You get it in the blue and you also get it in the red. The trees are so adorable. You also get some larger snowflakes, and you get another piece of that aspen in the green. Look at the gifts. What's so cute about this, you could cut these out and put them around a tree and make a card by itself. Now I'm going to turn these over and show you what you get on the other side. We get another aspen. You know what, I think I already had them. I already had them flipped. Okay, I do that real often. I'll flip them so that I can see exactly what I've got. So I'd already done that, so we don't need to do that again. So I'm just going to pop this back into my sleeve. And we are going to be working with the pieces that I said. Now I have a piece of white and I have an Azure Afternoon base. And what I want to do is I want to score my card base first. So I'm going to bring up my Simply Score scoring tool. And I am going to score this at 4 1/4. Just like that. And I don't think I'm going to need to score anything else, so we'll just go ahead and put that away. And I'm going to turn it over and fold it into itself, and I'm going to use my bone folder. And I am going to score that really well. And now we have this piece of white, and we are going to need to, maybe not. This looks perfect. Okay, we're going to run this. This piece is 5 1/4 by 4. Yeah, 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So we're going to run this through our embossing folder with the Snowflake Sky. And I'm going to lay it down about like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my plate, and I'm just going to go ahead and run this through my machine right over here. And I think look how beautiful that is. Let me pop on my other light so that you can see a little bit of details a little better. That sheds a little bit more light on it. See how pretty that is? Isn't that gorgeous? So that's going to go onto this piece like so. And I need another piece of that Azure Afternoon. So here we go. Let's move our plates back over here. And I need my trusty trimmer again. Now I only want to cut off from here what I'm going to need, and I just need enough to cut this piece here. So I'm going to line it up about like that, and then I'm going to lay it in, and I'm going to say right about there. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to do the same thing this way. This keeps me from wasting my cardstock. And I am a little frugal when it comes to my cardstock because I want to make sure that I get as much use out of it as I can. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Make your cardstock go as far as you possibly can. Alright, while I'm waiting for this, I think I'm going to make myself a little makeshift shim. Not easy to say, because this is a little bit of a detailed die. I'm going to also show you another trick that you can use. Oh, come on. I'm trying to hook my trimmer on my little hook beside my desk, and it's just not wanting to go. You know, if I get it on there, it will hold it. Here. Okay. This is a trick that works really, really well. If you put your cover plate down and then lay your die with the cut side up, lay your cardstock over top of it, and then lay your cut plate on top of that, and run that through. One thing you got to make sure of, the best way to do that is to tape this down on your cardstock before you start. So I'm going to grab one of my little post-it flags, and I'm going to adhere that just like that so it holds it in place. Then I'm going to put that down like that and put my cover plate over it, and I'm going to run this through my machine. A lot of times if you do it that way, you get much better pressure, because the top is where most of your pressure's at on those rollers, and 90% of the time, I would say even 95% of the time, my trimmer did fall. I didn't think it was on there very well, and of course Toby is thinking that somebody is knocking, so he's going to bark a little bit. Toby! Tobster! Come here, baby. Alright. So let's see how we did with this. Still looks like it didn't cut quite as good as I wanted it to. I might have to run that back through. Yeah, that's not going to come loose. So let's do this. All I'm doing is knocking out the excess, and we're going to run it back through the regular way. So I'm going to do my level best to line everything back up. Oh, that's not right. Let's try it this way. Yep, that's right. And if you press it in, you can pretty much feel where the places are going in, and that looks perfect. So I'm going to lay it down like this, and if this doesn't work, I'll just recut it, and next time I'll use a shim. Alright, y'all gonna have to give me just a second because I'm gonna need to go and put some food down for my puppies. They would not eat this morning, so I took their food up and they did not get a treat because I'm trying to teach them that they need to eat their food and not get treats all the time. So Bella is really not a happy camper at this minute, because if she doesn't eat, she is not happy. And so I'm going to go and see if I can put their food back down. But anyway, here is our focal point. So I'm going to leave that right there and I'll be right back. Alright, I got that taken care of, and hopefully they are eating their food now. Alright, so once we get this piece done, we're going to pop out all of those little bits and pieces, and this is where your take your pick tool can come in. And if you have the brush, you can use the brush, but a lot of times if it's cut really well, I don't even need the brush, I just go in. And running it back through that second time did make a difference. So it looks like now I have a good portion of my pieces are out. So I'm just going to continue to poke the ones that aren't. Love, love, love the take your pick tool. It is a piece in your craft room that you will pick up and use over and over and over. So if you haven't gotten a take your pick tool, and there's so many different attachments that go with this that can help you with so many of your crafting chores, and it just makes things easier. And we like it when we have tools that make things easier. That's what a good tool does. It gives you a nice professional result, easy and clean results, and I love that. I love a good tool. All right, I'm gonna rake that off in my trash. And that, and then I'm going to put my plates back together. And I think I might have to bring out my little vacuum because I do have a bit of a mess on my work surface. So I'm going to drop that and make sure all my pieces are out. And then I'm just going to turn on my little vacuum and let it clean up all of my little debris. This looks good, and this is in my craft room favorites on the PDF tutorial or under the video, and it's the ladybug vacuum. They also have them in other shapes and things. I think there's a mushroom and a little frog, and there might be just a plain one if you don't like the decorative. I just love the ladybug, so that happened to be the one that I chose. But if you will go to my online, my craft room favorites, there you will find that. And if you purchase by clicking on my links, I get a little bit of a kickback. Not a lot, believe me. I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to use my paper snips, and I'm going to fussy cut. And when I fussy cut, I'm going to let the scissors do the work, but I'm going to turn the paper with my left hand, not the scissors, but just turn the paper. And when you learn to do this the proper way, you will find that fussy cutting is not the chore that you thought it to be. And if you notice, my scissors are angled, laying kind of more flat this way. That also helps you be able to maneuver around those little nooks and crannies. Just like that. And this is a fairly easy image to cut. It's not a lot of intricateness. So take your time. Do not get in a hurry when you're fussy cutting, especially if you're new at it. Just enjoy the process and just go slow. You're hearing the noise. That's actually my Roomba, and I named her Rosie, and she is in there emptying. So she's been busy working and vacuuming my house this morning. And with the way I've been feeling, that thing has been a godsend. So I thank my husband every day for purchasing that for me. But y'all all know I have an awesome husband. He takes really good care of me, and he's extremely good to me. So I'm going to throw that away. And I notice I got just a tiny bit of blue on the end of the nose. I'm going to come in really close and just trim that off. And it was just a tiny little piece, but it was enough that I didn't like the way it looked. So now I can pop my little bear on here, and I want to pop this bear up. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm going to put one here and one here. And you'll see this is a really fun, fast little card to put together. And anytime you've got the paper, and isn't he cute? Anytime you have a paper that allows you to fussy cut, or you can use, sometimes if you have a die cut, you can use your dies and cut it out that way. It is always so neat. I'm going to put dimensionals behind this as well. And I'm going to actually use some of my strips for this because that's what I need. I need some little strips to go around the outside edge. Alright, so I have all of my adhesive on the back of this where I need it. And if you wanted to, you could put a piece right there in the middle just for some stability if you feel like you need it. I figure why not? It won't hurt a thing, and there we go. So I've got the backer off of all of my pieces that are going around. So we're going to take this piece and I'm going to lay my card base over because I want to get this right where I want it, and I want to put this down right about there. Before I do, I cut a piece of ribbon, and this is that beautiful, it came in a pack of 4 colors. I think it was pink, the blue, and the lemon lolly, the azure afternoon, and the bubble bath. And yeah, so anyway, and I'll have the order number and everything for this. So what I did is I cut a piece of that, and you see it's got that beautiful silver threading through it. So all you want to do is make sure you're putting it down on the right side, and I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put a little piece of Stampin' Seal right here at the bottom, and a little piece over here. And then I want to take this beautiful ribbon and lay it across the bottom, and it's up a little higher than that, maybe right about there. So once you get it about where you want it, just wrap it over and tack it down, and then do the same thing on the other side, like that. And now we're ready to take this piece with our pretty little bear, and we're going to put this right up here. Right about like so. Give that a press. Now we're ready to adhere the entire thing onto our card base. So I'm going to use liquid glue because y'all know that's my favorite. And this is my art glitter glue, which I dearly love. And I'm going to tack that into the glue just so it holds, and turn this and make sure your card's opening on the right side, and it is. So this is my open side up here, and I'm going to lay this down, doing my level best to get it nice and straight. Give it a press. Now I made this bow. Now my question is this bow too big for the card? I think it is. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to cut a piece of this ribbon, and I'm going to loop it through like that, and I'm going to tie just a square knot bow. So there is my bow, and then what I want to do is I'm going to put a glue dot up underneath there just to kind of hold that in place so it doesn't wiggle around. right about there. And I'm just going to roll that up underneath there just a tiny bit. And then tack it. We're going to put a sentiment over that, so that's why that's not going to matter. And I'm going to turn this bow just a little bit to get my little silvers going in the right direction. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I want to angle cut and angle cut. Something like that. Now I want to come up with a Merry Christmas, and I think I'm going to use the Merry Christmas from this set. And we are going to stamp this on a piece of white. About like that. And I think I'm going to use that same blue, the Azure Afternoon, because it's so pretty. Love it. So now I want to get a die that I really like that I can cut this out with, and I want to put a little bit of a backer on it with that blue. I think that'd be really cute. And we're also going to put some sequins or some of these little colored pearls. I think would be beautiful, and we could get away with several of those colors would work. Alright, what I did is I found in Wonderful Thoughts, and this is a die set that's made to go with a certain stamp set, but you can make it work for other ones as well. And it was this one right here. It's the one that's just a little kind of wonky, but I love it because it is different. And I like things that are different. So I got that done. The other thing that I want to do is I want to cut out of this blue, or do I want to put that right onto, let's try this. This might be pretty tucked under. I don't know. I don't really like that. Let's see if we can get this off of here. This did not land where I wanted it to, so I'm going to go up under and try it like that. Now that's a little bit better. And I think I'm going to pop that up just like that. I was going to put a backer behind it, but I think I'm going to do it like that. I kind of like that little bit wonky, little bit on, little off kind of look. And I'm going to pop that up on some dimensionals. I need one more dimensional, so I'm just going to snip out one of these. That's from my edge. And pull these backers off like that. And then I want to slant that sort of like that, so it's kind of on and off of the ribbon. I really like that look. Looks like we're going to need another little piece under here, so let's see. That works perfect. So there is our outside of our card. We're going to put some gems on it, so let's see which one of these I like the best. And I think I'm liking these. I was thinking those, but they're a little too light. Those are a little too dark. I think these ones are absolutely perfect. So let's get my take your pick tool and let's pull these off, and let's put one right there and one right there. One there, and maybe one more right there. I like that. Now all we have left to do is our inside. And for that, I have cut a piece of white, basic white, 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to put it in just like that. And I want to do a little stamping on this, so let me look at this. And we've got some little snowflakes, or we could do the tree. You know, how cute would that tree be? And what about Christmas is better together? So I think I'm going to do that tree in a dark. Let's play with this and hope that we get this to come together. If we don't, hey, it's just a piece of cardstock. We will regroup and do it over. So I'm going to choose a I'm going to do Starry Sky. For my outline. And then I think I want to use my Azure Afternoon for my inside of my tree. This one I probably need to pull off so I can see that I'm getting this where it needs to be. Something like that. And then just for a little touch, let's do a little bit of snowflakes. And for these, I'm going to do them I want to stamp on something like that, and then we're going to do the same thing with the little one. We're just going to fill in like so, and then I think I might use that Starry Sky for my sentiment. And we'll put Christmas is better together. Sorry about my vacuum, but she is in there working and she has been continually going back to the base and emptying, so I hope that's not too disturbing for y'all, but I'm going to put Christmas is better together. I love that. I think it's so pretty. And then this can go inside our card, so I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of my panel. And put this in about like so. Press it down. And there is our card. Now that was such a fun card to make. I hope that you enjoyed the process of watching me put this cute little card together. So simple, and yet it's really an impact card. So pretty, and we've got a beautiful sentiment, room here to sign, and the only thing that I would say is missing would probably be a star on the tree. But you know what? I think it's perfect the way it is, because it could be a tree in the woods and it wouldn't necessarily have a star on it. So anyway, that's our card for today. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial using the Beary Cute stamp set, the Christmas Classic dies, the Wonderful Thought dies, along with the embossing folder, Snowflake Sky, and I believe those, and my ribbon. Let's not forget this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. And I'll have all these products listed in the tutorial. And if you're interested in picking up any of these products that you saw me use today to make this card, oh, and don't forget the paper. The paper was definitely the Beary Christmas paper. It is such a pretty pack. So, God bless and keep you. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is so worthy. So until next time, stay safe, love one another, and know that you are loved. Bye-bye.